Blessings, everybody. Welcome back to the Humble Servants Homestead. Guys, today we are going to talk about something. I am, as you can see, in the car, and I'm on my way to do something that I said I would not do, and that is purchase some milk. And that's odd saying because we've literally just finished up the morning chores at the homestead, one of which consisted of milking our goats. But I am now en route to purchase some milk. So let me get the milk and we're going to talk about this, okay? Okay, you guys, so I have just picked up my milk. Now, I know you guys didn't think I was going to a store to buy any milk. Although I had to renege on my words to not purchase milk, I'm not going to buy any pasteurized milk from the store. So this is actually 3 gallons of raw Guernsey, not Jersey, raw A2 Guernsey milk that I found about 20 minutes from my house. So she gave me a really good deal on the milk, and I do believe that this will be my source for milk when I have to purchase it. Now let's talk about the milk and why I had to purchase. Currently, I am getting about 7 gallons of goat milk from my ladies. This year, I decided to only milk once a day versus twice a day like I was doing last year. Feasibly, with all that we have going on the homestead and the workload, it just did not make sense for me to have to milk twice a day when I could get what I thought was enough milk for my family just milking once in the morning. So doing that has alleviated my evenings, because I don't know if you guys are aware, but when you have a dairy animal that requires being milked, you have to be committed to certain time slots in order to ensure that the animal continues to produce. When it comes to goats, if you are milking them twice a day, your time has to be consistently every 12 hours. So for me, when I was milking last year, I milked about between 7 and 7:30 in the mornings, and I tried hard to consistently keep that same time frame in the evenings, which can be a bit challenging. And so this year, that was one of the reasons, or the main reason, why I decided to only milk them once a day. And that has been working out just fine. But unfortunately, with my current demands of goat milk and what I need to do, 7 gallons is not enough. A lot of you know that I've started to make cheeses. One of the goals for my family for this year was not to have to purchase cheese from the store. And so to keep that goal, I have been making cheese from our goat milk, which is working out very well. However, if I'm dedicating 3 to 4 gallons a week towards cheese making, that does not leave a lot of milk for yogurt making or ice cream. I have not made ice cream at all this year. Or what else do we do? Just we drink chocolate milk. My kids love chocolate milk. We make smoothies. And so all of the other ways in which we consume milk are lacking and slacking because I have to dedicate a large quantity of the milk towards the cheese making. So to help alleviate some of that, I am making the decision to incorporate some raw cow's milk to my cheese making to allow my family to be able to consume more of our goat milk on a daily and weekly basis. So today was my first day of raw cow's milk pickup, and depending on how this goes, this might be my first day of many for this season. So now my goal is to make at least 1 to 2 cheese wheels a week, which that's what my goal has been this entire time. So there are some weeks that my family does not get to consume any milk at all because all of it is dedicated to cheese making. And so what I did do was adjust what I was doing. I was making 4-gallon cheese wheels, and so I've dropped down to only making 3-gallon cheese wheels. And so I think that is my comfort area that helps to keep me on track with making cheese and allowing my family to consume milk as well. So I'm going to stick with the 3-gallon cheese wheels for now. And so thus this 3 gallons right here. Also, financially, this would make sense for me as well, purchasing the cow's milk, and I'll tell you why. One of the pieces of equipment that we were saving for to purchase this year was a cream separator for our goat milk. For those of you that do not know, let's talk about the difference between goat milk and cow's milk when it comes to cream. Cow's milk, when you milk a cow and you allow the milk to sit for a day or two, the cream starts to rise to the top and you're able to skim that off, no problem. When you milk a goat, the fat modules in the milk are so homogenized and so small that they do not rise. In order to separate the cream in a goat's milk from the milk itself, you would have to use a cream separator. And so that was one of the pieces of equipment that we have been saving for this year, because it's going to be an investment. It's not a cheap piece of equipment, so it's not like we had the funds readily available to purchase one, given all of the other things that it takes to run a homestead. So purchasing this cow's milk allows me to still be able to get a source of cream, which in turn would allow me to bake homemade butter and ice cream, but without having to have the initial investment of a cream separator at this time. Now, will we still save towards purchasing a cream separator? Absolutely, because it's a need that we have. But again, purchasing this raw cow's milk allows me to still have access to cream without having to break the bank for a cream separator at this time. Okay, so I'm excited about that as well, and I'm looking forward to making some peach ice cream this week. So with this milk, I'm going to go home and transfer it into some glass jars. When we get home, I'm going to show you the container in which it came in, and that's a lot of what helped to cut the cost for me with this particular person that supplied this milk as well, because she does offer a glass jar option. I opted not to take that because it would have added $100 onto my bill, which I'm just a 20-minute drive from picking where I have to pick up the milk from her from. So me getting the milk and then taking it home to transfer it into glass jars that I currently already have at home, it wouldn't make sense for me to pay an extra $12 fee. So that economically made sense to get it into the bags that she currently provides it to cut that cost. So, but I'm anxious to get this milk into some glass jars and see how much cream I'm able to skim off the top, because again, I'm looking forward to making some peach ice cream. It is peach season here in Georgia. We're winding down the time towards the end of the season. I've already made so many different peach options and items, but I did not make any peach pie filling, and I did not make any, it's a few things I didn't make, so I'm going to do a video about this. I don't want to give too much of that away, but I will say peach ice cream is on that list. I did not make peach ice cream, and so I will be making that this week, depending on how much cream I'm able to skim off of this milk. So stay tuned for that video. But we're on our way home, guys, and so we will check back in once we get home so you guys can have a good up close look at the milk that I just picked up. Okay, you guys, so we are back home, and so I wanted to show you the milk. So this is the milk. It came in plastic bags. I'm actually going to place it in glass jars because I want to be able to easily scoop off the cream that rises. And for most of you that may not know, when you have fresh milk, fresh raw milk, it typically takes about 24 to 48 hours for the cream line to be very defined, for the cream to be at the top for you to be able to skim it off. So I'm going to pour these gallons of milk into these jars, place them in my refrigerator, and then come back by this time tomorrow, because I believe this milk is 24 hours old already. And so I'm going to come back tomorrow and kind of see where the cream line is and where I could scoop, and then what else I could make with the cheese. But wanted to show you guys the milk. These are the bags and these are the jars, and so let's get to transferring. Okay. One bag, one jar, and two more jars to go. So let me get to pouring. Okay, guys, and so there we have it, all 3 gallons of milk, and we're just gonna count them. Just like that. So that is our milk. Now tomorrow about this time I will check back in to see where the cream line is, because my goal is to use that cream to make some peach ice cream. I do have peaches, 2 pecks of peaches on the counter, and so I'm super excited to be able to make some fresh peach ice cream for us to consume some now, and also for us to have in the freezer, hoping that it'll last into the winter time, where Once peach season is long done, we'll still be able to enjoy that delicious peach flavor. But that's my goal this week, peach ice cream. So stay tuned for that video because I do want to bring you guys along for that. But that's it. I'm going to get this milk into the refrigerator, and now you guys know I had to go out and purchase some milk. How about that? But I think it's going to be okay. I'm looking forward to seeing what this milk does in order for me to be able to produce some cheese and some different little things. So I'll keep you guys posted on that journey and how those things are going. But for now, that's it. Thanks for coming along with me today, guys, to purchase this milk, and I will see you all in the next video. Peace and blessings.